This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, April 7th, in the year 2003, Syracuse finally won the national championship. In their third title game and fourth Final Four, they held it out at the Louisiana Superdome. They had to deal with Kansas, Marquette, and Texas in the Final Four. Anyway, Syracuse knew what they would do and everything else. Syracuse's road to get to New Orleans was huge in a sense. So anyway, the 2003 tournament had some fun and frivolity and all that. Anyway, it was just weird and all that. UNC Asheville had to beat Texas Southern to get into the tournament. But anyway, in the East Regionals where Syracuse played, they were the 3 seed. They took care of Manhattan, Oklahoma State, and Auburn on their way to the regional final versus Oklahoma, who were the 1 seed. We had taken care of South Carolina State, Cal, and Butler. Using some power by freshman Carmelo Anthony and the other players, the Orange crushed Oklahoma by 16 to win a trip to the Final Four. In the South Regional, the 1 seed Texas Longhorns took care of NC Asheville, Purdue, UConn, and Michigan State on their way to getting to the next round. The Midwest Regional, so the 1 seed Kentucky Wildcats, after beating UP, Utah, and Wisconsin, face off against the 3 seed Marquette Golden Eagles from Wisconsin, who took care of Holy Cross, Missouri, and Pitt on their way to the regional final. And thanks to Dwayne Wade, that was the college he played for, Marquette took care of Kentucky and moved on to the Final Four. The West Regional saw the 1 seed Arizona Wildcats take care of Vermont, Gonzaga, and Notre Dame, although Gonzaga's game was double overtime. They took on the 2 seed Kansas Jayhawks, who took care of Utah State, Arizona State, and Duke. And Kansas upset the 1 seed Wildcats in the West Regional. It was funny how three of the number 1 seeds actually went down in the Elite 8. All the 1 seeds went to the Elite 8. Yeah. So anyway, CBS was supposed to do all the games for the 2003 tournament, but because of the Iraq War situation, ESPN would get the Thursday and Friday afternoon game while retaining CBS graphics and production. And CBS would show extended news coverage. It was just huge and all that. So anyway, onwards to the Final Four. Syracuse would face Texas, the only 1 seed that got to the Final Four. And Melo put up 33 points, helping Syracuse beat Texas. It looked pretty impressive. Jerry McNamara, a fellow freshman, put up a big stuff from the free throw line. And Syracuse won. Kansas would crush Marquette and Dwayne Wade by 33 points. And it looked like Roy Williams was going to get his first national championship alongside Jim Boeheim. So 2 great coaches were going toe-to-toe in this game. So Syracuse had issues. They had 2 guards leaving the team, like transferring to Iona and Detroit. A freshman point guard was suspended for participating in a non-sanctioned basketball league. It didn't look that well. However, Syracuse would turn the ball around, taking care of 4 Big 12 teams on their way to the title. Kansas got off to a rough start in the preseason NIT, but they did much better and all of that. And into the finals. So Syracuse brought Jerry McNamara, Keith Dione, Hakeem Warwick, Carmelo Anthony, and Craig Forth to start the lineup. Hakeem Warwick would be drafted by the Grizzlies, by the way. Jerry wouldn't be really drafted, but McNamara was a good player. Kansas started Kurt Heinrich, Aaron Miles, Keith Langford, Nick Collison, and Jeff Graves. Heinrich and Collison were both first-round picks. Collison by the Thunder, Heinrich by the Bulls. So anyway, as Boeheim versus Williams, someone was going to finally get his maiden title. Anyway, Jim Boeheim, in his 27 years as head coach, Syracuse got to 2 Final Fours and was runner-up in 87 thanks to Keith's smart shot, in 96 when Kentucky somehow beat them. Roy Williams, in his 15th year as Kansas head coach, reached the Final Four 4 times and got second place in 91, losing to Duke when they won their first title ever. Syracuse had an 11-point lead at the break, and it looked pretty good. Jerry McNamara put up 6 3-pointers in the first half. All of his points were in the first half. Kansas became close. Hakeem Warwick had a chance to ice the game, but missed a pair of free throws. However, Warwick would make it a fantastic block as Michael Lee was trying to hit the 3-pointer for Kansas and give him possibly the title. But Warwick somehow stretched out and blocked the shot. And Kansas couldn't believe it. Syracuse, with a pair of hot freshmen, would move on and would win their first national title game as a school. Melo was named the most outstanding player of the Final Four, and Syracuse looked pretty good for all that. Despite that fact, Melo did go to the NBA draft and was drafted in the first round by the Nuggets, 3rd overall, of course, behind LeBron and Darko Milicic. But the fact of the matter was that the Syracuse Orangemen were the national champions, and thanks to their freshman powers, they did it for their old school and brought upstate New York a title. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.